Ashraf, this is Tim. I just wanted to share, I've been working on the alerting dashboard process that we talked about this afternoon, and I wanted to share some visualizations that I've been working on. So what we're looking at here is some test data. It's actually sales data, but I think you'll see that it could be, the same process could be applied to your data. So what we have here is a period of time, and we have some user-driven parameters here. So we've entered a sales amount of $55,000. So the idea here is any given month that we don't meet our sales quota of $55,000, we want to raise an exception. And once we've raised an exception, we want to maintain that alert status, okay, for 5 periods. So we have a rolling window of 5 periods, and that's controlled by this parameter here. And we also have an incidence threshold, meaning how many incidents does it take to create an alert. And in this case, I have it at 1, but we could change that. So let's look at how this might work. Looking at this data, we can see several dots on the 0 line, meaning that for the first couple of months, we met our quota on each of these months. Then beginning in May of 2007, we raise an exception because on this month we did not meet the $55,000 sales quota. Okay, and then once we've raised that exception, we stay in an alerting status for 5 periods. So if we count it out, that's 1 period, 2 periods, 3 periods, 4 periods, 5 periods. Now on the following month we would drop out of the alert status, but we actually raise another exception instead in October of 2007, meaning on this month we had another month where we did not meet our sales quota. So we go back into an alert status for another 5 periods. So 1 period, 2 periods, 3 periods, 4 periods, 5 periods. And then we do drop out because no other exceptions were raised. So we have several months in a row with no exceptions, and then we have another exception. So 1 exception is enough to make an alert in this dashboard. So we stay in that alert for 5 periods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 periods for this 1 exception. And then we have a couple of periods with no exceptions. And then we have a period with an exception, so we start an alerting process. So we have exception that starts an alert for 5 periods. 1, 2, 3. Now on the 3rd period, we have a second exception. Okay, so our clock starts over and our exception count rises to 2. So now we know we have 2 simultaneous alerts that we're working on. Okay, because while the alerts do go forward for 5 periods, they also go backwards for 5 periods. So this is saying I know I have an exception here, and in the last 5 periods I had 2 exceptions. This exception and this one. Going back 5 periods would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in those 5 periods I had 2 exceptions, and that's indicated visually by bringing us up to the level 2. Okay, so I start the count over. 1, 2, 3. Now on the 3rd reporting period I have another exception, so I count backwards 5 periods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see that I have 1, 2, 3 alerts simultaneously, so my exception raises to 3. My alert period status raises to a level 3, and then I count forward 5 periods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this 4th period I have another exception. Okay, but if I count backwards 5 periods from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I see that I only have this period, this exception, and this one. So I have 2 simultaneous exceptions, so my alert status is at a level 2. On the next period I have another exception, so my alert status raises to 3. Now I want to really quickly show you that if we change our threshold and make our threshold a little bit higher, okay, it means we're going to be missing it more often. And if we make it lower, we're going to be hitting it more often. And when we hit it, we're rarely going to stay in our alerting status for more than the 5 periods it takes us to drop out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.